Peace be unto you, brothers and sisters. This is to my brothers out there. You know, we've been lied to long enough when we were younger. You know, a lot of us was taught to smoke this, drink that. You know, a man shouldn't cry, a man shouldn't show, how he feels. And a lot of us been taught to, say women are female dogs and, don't love those hoes and G's up and hoes down. And, she's not going to get a nickel out of me because I'm a PIMP. All of our minds, unfortunately, have been filtered. Those of us who had those mindsets and who have those mindsets have been filtered by, filthy lyrical content, or, we have had, unfortunately, men around us who had that same mentality because nobody had instilled in them, the proper way for them to live their life. Listen, as you can see, our jails, man, are being filled up with men with that mindset. And listening to the lies of these, men who, are not even living that life that they're living. And listen, they'll tell you that they love you, oh, I appreciate y'all at these concerts and, and everything else like that, and, our men are dying because of the foolishness, that's been instilled in them. I'm here to tell you right now, I was almost shot 2 times at point blank range listening to that. I lost my best friend, all right, Reginald Miller. Peace be upon that brother. I was 15 years old. My friend brains got blown out at the age of 14 because of violence. Don't listen to the foolishness. I had an assault on 3 police officers, disturbing the peace, and resisting arrest charge in one night. I was facing 4 years of incarceration because of me listening to a whole bunch of foolishness. Men, it's time for us to stand up. It's time for us to teach our young men, that they're kings, that they don't have to sell drugs to make a living. They don't have to sell drugs to wear Air Force Ones. They don't have to sell drugs to drive a nice car. They don't have to sell drugs to have a nice house. We need to teach them how to be gentlemen, how to pull out the chairs for our women, to give them flowers, to treat them like women, treat them with respect, not to talk to them like they're nobodies. We need to teach our men how to be responsible, how to take care of their child, how to take care of their children, and teach them that there's nothing cool about being ignorant. There's nothing cool about not knowing how to read. There's nothing cool about walking around with your pants sagging. There's nothing cool about having a mouth full of gold. There's nothing cool about being disrespectful, to their elders. And there's nothing cool about calling a woman a female dog. We need to teach our men how to have manners, and that there's nothing wrong with talking proper and being grammatically correct. And that's not called being white. That's simply called being educated and being intelligent. And that's called being grammatically correct. And they cannot get a job, a good paying job, by them conducting themselves in that manner. It's time for us to stand up and to do what's right. And it's time for us to take our rightful positions in our home and teach our young men how to be men. That's for the little boys out there. You're trying to impress people with your gold, with your vehicles, okay, with your big house And at the end of the day, the question is, are you really being a real man? Are you taking care of your child or your children? Are you being respectful to your elders and obeying your parents and doing what's right? Because making that choice puts them in that position. It's nobody's fault but theirs, man. And we got to teach these brothers how to make the right decisions. It's time for us, even ourselves, to stop supporting, these hip hop artists, who's poisoning the mind of our people, and their excuse is, well, I'm just trying to get the come up. You know what, brothers? I'm here to tell you right now, man, you need to man up, stand up, because listen, man, your son, unfortunately, or your sons, okay, may end up being a victim, and even you, brother, even you may even end up getting robbed. You may end up even getting shot because you're not standing up and you're not saying nothing. It's a shame that our women are in this community and they're doing more for our community than we are. And we're sitting back tipping up beers and we're sitting up there blowing up, these blocks like it's the 4th of July, man, killing each other, and then let a Caucasian man call us a nigga. Let a Caucasian man call us a nigga. And we'll get mad at that. Let us, have some type of prejudice, act happen towards us, and we'll start losing our mind. But yet we are out here killing our own people, man. So, brother, if you out there listening and you doing this, it's time for the excuses, bro. Let me tell you something, man. I grew up in the ghetto. I grew up on welfare. I've lost friends. And that life right there, it's not going to lead you anywhere except for in the ground 6 feet deep, brother. Listen here, man. Nobody told you to choose somebody. Well, I'm here to tell you to choose somebody, man. And understand this, get that out of your mind that that's the way, a black man has to act. We can't speak proper English. We got to walk around using profanity all the time and grabbing on our, on our penis and, talking foul and acting crazy. No, bro, that's not going to get you anywhere but dead, man, incarcerated. Let me tell you something. I was a correction officer. And you know what? Those brothers, they had to go to bed when somebody told them to go to bed. They woke up when somebody told them to wake up. They didn't have a choice in regards to what they ate. They was told what to eat. So you out there on the street trying to eat, well, you're going to end up, being told what to eat. It's time to wake up, brothers. You think it's cool now and tell a man, you go into jail and tell a man try to make you into a woman. You keep listening to that foolishness if you want to, man. You're going to lose your freedom. Them brothers had to look at concrete walls every day. Looking at men every day, then looking at women since you love women so much, looking at women on pictures, on wall locker walls, and looking at men every day and have no freedom. So if you want that, keep on living like that, man. And you're going to end up in the ground. You're going to end up living like that for the rest of your life. And you know what? You're going to end up singing that song like a broken record, talking about, man, I wish I would have listened. Brother, let me tell you something. It's time for you to end it, and it's time to end it now, man, before it's too late, bro. You are somebody, man, regardless of what you've been told, regardless, of what's been instilled in you. Listen, man, you could rise above poverty, man. I made the right choice, and I ended up out of the hood. And I made something out of my life, man. I'm a 20-year veteran. I was in the United States Marine Corps. My father told me he didn't want to see me no more at the age of 5. I'm successful now. I'm raising my son to have a son. My son is 17-year-old, and I'm proud to say that I'm involved in my son's life. And my son never had a taste of the hood, never held any heat, all right? Never lived the way that I lived, selling drugs and banging. I was almost shot, at point blank range twice, man. Nothing cool about that, bruh. Nothing cool about that. You better than that. Make the right choices, man. Stand up.